So there's a common misconception in the solar industry. Some people think that solar is expensive and there's all this money out of pocket and you have to put a lot of upfront capital down. But what if I told you that you could go solar with no money down, no money out of pocket, and just redirect the money that you're currently spending with the utility company into a solar bill that's less and it's a low fixed rate that never goes up? Is that something you'd be interested in? Of course it is. Due to our partnership with multiple different lenders, you can actually go solar for $0 down. What we help you do is cancel your bill with the electric company, and instead we help you shift and redirect that money back into a solar bill that's less, and it's a fixed bill that never ever goes up. So you own your home. Now let me ask you, would you ever consider going back to renting your home? Probably not, right? Well, that's actually your current situation with the power company. Every month that you pay a power bill, you're actually renting your power from the utility company. So just like renting an apartment, every single year the rent goes up and you really have no control on what your expenses are for that rent. Instead, with solar energy, use that same money you'd be spending anyways, you get to put that money into solar. Instead of spending money every single month, you get to invest that money into an asset every month that makes you money, saves you money, and at the end of the day protects you and your family from inflation and the rising cost of electricity. This asset will put you and your family in a $100,000 to $200,000 better financial position over the next 25 years. How do you buy solar, right? That's the big question. Well, there's 3 different ways to buy solar. The first option is cash, okay? Cash is king. The same thing goes for solar. When you buy your system cash, you're going to avoid added costs like dealer fees and interest, and this is actually the best way to go solar. If you can't afford the cash option, if you do have some money set aside for a project like this, I highly recommend going cash. Like I said, it's going to be the best return on your investment. You're going to get the best deal possible. The second way to buy solar is to finance the system. This is what we're talking about with the Zero Down program. So basically the way that this works is, again, we help you cancel your power bill altogether, so you're not going to have any more expenses for your electricity charges. Instead, you just shift and redirect that money back into a solar bill. The solar bill is going to be less, it's going to be fixed, and it's never ever going to go up. So this is the most popular way to buy solar because most people don't want to come out of pocket a large sum of money to put down tens of thousands of dollars for their solar system. So instead, what most of the families that we work with choose to do is to stay liquid and just to use the money that they're already spending with the power company every month to instead invest into this solar, invest into this asset that makes them money every single month. Now, what if you don't qualify for financing? Well, in some cases, you may not qualify depending on credit score or also depending on your income. Now, a lot of the families that we work with, they're on Social Security, they're on a fixed income, and they need to know exactly what their expenses are every year. This is why solar is a great fit for them. But at the end of the day, these families, they don't make enough money. They may not qualify for the solar tax credit. So in that case, we do have one more option, and that option is to lease your power from our company. So the way that it works is, instead of paying the utility company every month and buying your electricity from them, you can lease your power from us and we become the power company instead. You'll still be able to benefit from going solar. You'll be able to make a big difference in the environment, lower your carbon footprint. You'll still be paying less every single month, but you won't have to come out of pocket. There's no upfront investment. In fact, since you wouldn't qualify for the tax credit, we actually receive that tax credit instead. 5 years from now, you actually would have the opportunity to purchase the system from us at whatever the current market valuation is, or you can just go the full term, the 25-year term, and just pay less for your electricity every year. Now, your lease payment will go up every single year by about 3%, but that's still less than what the power company is increasing your bill by every single year. This year alone, in states like Florida, the cost of electricity went up 25%. So it's much better to pay 3% more per year than it is to pay 10, 15, 20, 25% on an annual basis. So to recap, here's how it works. By going solar, you're gonna eliminate your power bill from the electric company altogether. Instead, you're gonna have a solar bill that's less. Now listen, people love solar bills specifically for that reason, because they're less. They're less, and they're a fixed bill that never ever goes up. So for the next 5 years, the cost of your electricity, it's gonna be the same. For the next 10 years, 15, 20 years, what you pay for power by going solar is going to be exactly the same. That is until your system is fully paid off, and at that point, your energy is 100% free. Imagine not having an electric bill and not having a solar bill and having free energy for the next 20 to 40 years. The families that we serve go solar because they want to avoid the rising cost of electricity, they want to avoid inflation, and they want to know exactly what they're going to be paying for power for the next 20 to 25 years. It's important for the families that we serve, and I'm sure it's important for your family as well. Thank you so much for joining me at this part of the series. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.